Peace, family. My name is Evolve Benton, and I am the Speaking for Profit coach. Today, we are talking about getting real with reels, right? And if anyone is creating amazing content, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or even LinkedIn, we know that short form content is moving in such a fast speed and creating so much access for so many creators to not only be able to create impact in the world, but to increase their income, which we are all about at Speaking for Profit University. So if you're listening now, just put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening in the near and dear future, put hashtag replay. I'm excited about this Q&A with my dear friend, Sir Lex Kennedy, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Reel on Reels Masterclass that we're going to be hosting on March 3rd, which if you're watching this video in the future is next week. So if you missed it, right, and you're watching this in the future, you can get access to this in replay. But for the folks who are listening right now, I want you to know that this is an opportunity for you to not only come to an exclusive masterclass, but to be a part of Speaking for Profit University. We actually do content creation workshops every month, right, within our program to be able to support our students to create the latest and the best content in the world, right? So these are one of the workshops that would only be exclusive for Speaking for Profit University students. But because we want to always make sure this information is accessible, and we know that Lex is a rock star, we're opening this up to the public. So we're going to get into a Q&A about this and talk a little bit about what the masterclass is going to be about. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments and we will answer them. And I'm going to bring my boy Lex Kennedy to the stage. Sir Lex Kennedy, welcome to the building.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's so good to be here on this Thursday, a week out from our masterclass, Getting Real on Reels. I'm super appreciative. Thank you for having me, Coachy.
Thank you for being here. And I'm going to have to just start calling you Coach Sir Lex, because you done been in the space, you know what I mean, for a minute. You did one of our really one of our best trainings, bro, which is the one on creating your speaker's reel, right? And that's been a really great space for our students to be able to learn how to actually create a short form video, right, to pitch their speaking engagement. So tell me a little bit about like why reels? When did you start creating reels and TikToks, and what do you really enjoy about it?
I really like the way Coach Sirlex sounds. I don't know if it's because my love of my Warriors and basketball, or because
Go
I would love
Lakers.
to be a coach. Okay, I knew you were going to say that. Or I would love to be a coach working more with folks around specifically making short form content, because for me, it was the creative spark that got me going during a time where I felt just creatively stunted. About a year ago, I hopped on TikTok for the second time. I was an early adapter with TikTok, but I wasn't making videos. I was just watching a whole bunch of videos. And then I got off the app in 2019. And then in 2021, I came back to 2020. At the end of 2020, I came back to the app again, spectating. And I saw one, I don't know if it was it was a dance challenge. I saw a dance challenge that I just fell in love with. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop spectating and I'm gonna make this thing, right? I'm just scrolling. And so about a year ago, I did the Big Bank Challenge that was going viral on Twitter to that Erica Banks song. And because I like to twerk, I was just like, just do it, okay? And get out of your head, get into your body. For me, movement is a way for me to stay more grounded and present in my body. And I was just like, turn the camera on and see what we do. Okay, it looks like fun. Just do it. I did it. I spent probably like half the afternoon making that one TikTok that was maybe 10 seconds. And I realized this is why people do it, right? At least for me, I was really tapping into being creative, making mistakes and not caring about making the mistake, doing a thing for the first time and doing it terrible, and being okay with doing it terrible. I was working through this space of just make a thing, don't be attached to the outcome, make it because you love to dance, you love to have a good time. Why not turn on the camera and do it? And so I posted it I feel like I posted it to Twitter, and I didn't really get any traction, didn't think anything of it. And then I went over to Instagram and I realized people were posting TikToks to Instagram more regularly under Reels and not really like organically making Reels. And I said, let me try this. So I posted it to my Reels, and it went, I think I got like 10,000 views. Like it went viral, right? Like, or at least on my level, I was like, oh, this is viral. Like, oh, we in here, right? But I was really intrigued by the comments and the engagement. Like, it was the first time I had like over 12 comments in a single day on something that I had created. And I was able to have conversations with people who I know would come to my content and like it, but not really comment on other posts. So I was just like, what is this? Right. So immediately my wheels start spinning like, let's see what this Reels thing is about. So I started to do the same scrolling that I was doing over on TikTok. I started to do it on Reels. And I noticed that most of the Reels were TikToks. And I was just like looking at the sounds, kind of looking at different styles and noticing that they were all getting a lot of engagement, like extremely high engagement. And I said, went over to Googled Reels, right? And it's so funny because now I find myself looking things up on TikTok. A quick pivot. TikTok has become the most used internet site, taking over. Search engine taking over Google's 15-year reign, right? And TikTok has only been around for about 3 years, maybe 4 years, and that's huge, right? But fast forward, at this time, I was looking on Google to figure out what Reels were. I looked at an article and it was saying how Instagram was shifting to really pushing Reels as top content in the algorithm, and how folks were early adapting and seeing their audiences grow, seeing their engagement grow. And I said, okay. At the time, I was fundraising for a film that I'm still fundraising for. I said, I need to use this as a way to, get more eyes on the project and to really grow my audience. And so over a year, and over a year's time, I met my goal. I feel like at the time I was maybe at like 1,100, maybe 1,600, no, 1,160 followers. Right now, I think I have like 2,500 followers that I've just been able to grow from, mostly posting Reels that are TikToks. I make them on TikTok first, then I come over to Reels. Sometimes I'll do an organic Reel within Reel, but that's not with me at the time trying to be super strategic. Like over this year, I didn't have like a strategy or a plan. Like this is how I'm going to grow my audience. I was just playing with the app, right?
Yeah.
And then playing with the app and trying things out, I realized what type of tool it could be for folks who are looking to, really create an impact in the world, folks who are really interested in connecting with people, and folks who are interested in getting the bag, right? So yeah, that's a little bit about what got me into making Reels and TikToks. So number one, it was me trying to like step into my creative bag again and get inspired. And then it was just a joy. Like I just got a joy out of, being myself on camera in a short form, right? Like I don't have to sit and do a 5-minute video and talk to the screen. I can be silly. I can be at the screen for a little while, just pointing at different things and then putting the text in. It was a lot less pressure than having to produce a full, like a short or a feature or anything like that. So it was the joy. And then it was the type of engagement and community that I was able to grow from posting these videos.
Yeah, it seems like Lex, you do seem to have so much joy when you're doing it. And what I love about Reels is that, like you said, it's something that's really simple that you can do, and people appreciate authenticity, which I think is really cool. Like, a lot of times when people see these videos of us, they expect us to be, glossed up and looking good and in a particular way. But a lot of people are jumping on Reels, TikToks, the short form, really like you said, in their creative bag, being themselves, dancing, eating food, right? Like doing all these very interesting things, sharing parts of their lives that we wouldn't normally see in the highlight reel, which I think is really, really cool. So for content creators who are going to be at this masterclass, like what can they expect from you? Because I know you've done this masterclass before, but you're exclusively bringing it to us, right, at Speaking for Profit, really to talk to speakers and consultants about how they can really get in their creative bag around creating reels. So what can they expect at the masterclass?
So I'm really excited because I am going to delve into specific content hooks that speakers and consultants can use to really highlight their brand and what they're doing, and really talk about the mechanics of TikTok and Reels in a broad stroke space, right? I'm going to get into essentially like a schedule. Yeah, I'll call it a schedule. Yep, that's what it is. A schedule of weekly posts that you can post for yourself. So you're not sitting like, I know a lot of people are like, what do I make my reel about? Like what do I what do I do to stand out? What do I do to get eyes? Like how do I sell myself in this space, right? Basically the schedule that I provide gives you a idea for what you can post on a Wednesday, right? It gives you stuff that you can post on a Thursday. Essentially, like content hooks that allow for you to do less time spending brainstorming and more time just doing the thing, right? The goal also in the class is to specifically talk to folks about what they need to make great content, right? So you'll get like a list of the essential items and tools that I use. I'll also be sharing some links to specific products that I use that I think will be very helpful. And I'm really, really like trying to connect with folks to find out what is it that you specifically need and how can I plug in with you to make that happen, right? So, for example, I'm really going to spend a lot of time doing the Q&A. Some feedback that I got from my last masterclass was that I really got into like the deep weeds of the different effects and sounds and really the technical side of the app and didn't allow for a lot of time for a Q&A. So this time I'm really excited because we're going to spend a lot more time answering questions, getting folks to talk to me specifically about what their needs are and what they're looking for out of the app, and some apprehensions that they might have around the app, but just really spending a lot more time in the Q&A. We still are going to go over the basic mechanics of the app, but not too in the weeds of it. And then also, I'm really excited because I'll have a special offer to the S4P members for coming to the masterclass and participating and really getting into my challenge, essentially, is what we'll be launching. It's going to be a special offer that only S4P members will have. And I'm really excited to roll that out.
Yeah, yeah, and I know it, y'all. Y'all might not know it, but I know it, and it's a really exciting offer, right? Like, and that's what I love about the fam and the energy that we're building. So, I just finished a Reels on Reels challenge, right, within my coaching program. So I was doing 30 reels, I think, in 30 days. I don't know if I hit 30. I might have hit 28. I don't know. I don't know if I did it every day. I tried not to pressure myself too much, like just to get them done, but not like if it was days I didn't feel like it, it's a day I didn't feel like it. But I did see my audience grow very much so. And what I really like about reels, maybe that you can talk to a little bit, Lex, is that I feel like it's content that lives a little bit longer than others. Like I've seen when I posts, the day that I post them, they get a little energy, but I often don't see people come back into the space around it. But with my reels, like there's still people like here and there that come on some of them and have comments or like them, or even people who share them later on. So I think that the logarithm is like appreciating that. I don't know how that works, where it's like almost like an evergreen content. But maybe you can talk a little bit about that. And we're getting some love here. People are clapping about all of the stuff that's going to come through for S4P. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming through, watching, and holding space with us. But yeah, Lex, tell us why is it that reels, stick around and TikTok stick around a little bit longer than other content?
Mainly because right now on these platforms, video and short form video is cream of the crop, right? Um, I feel like video has this cool way of making making folks have more of a intimate connection with whatever is being presented, right? It's not like this flat one-dimensional thing. It's an authentic connection. But really, because honestly, like these apps want folks to create this type of content because it's what's doing well. It's what people are, again, going to search for. Instead of going to Google, folks are going to TikTok to find out how to do something or to find out what's hot right now. Right now, what we're seeing is that like those spaces are dominating Billboard charts, right? If a sound is trending on Reels or TikTok, more than likely that sound is in the top 10 on Billboard. We don't talk about Bruno, no. That song, right, is one of the top trending sounds on TikTok. And right now, I feel like it's number three on Billboard. And it's because so many people are using the song in their content and in their videos. And then again, because it's this authentic connection that we are able to get, like we spend most of our time watching video, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching it on YouTube, Instagram stories, right? Stories is essentially, a daily reel, right?
Hmm.
And it can be as long as you want or as short as you want, but we're always watching video content. And because that, and we're watching it vertically now, right? Because of um, TikTok and Instagram, it becomes evergreen because the algorithm always wants you to be dialed into it, right? They always want you to be engaged. And I also feel like there's conversations that are happening in the comments in TikTok and in Instagram that's not happening in the comments of a photo post, right?
Hmm.
Um, the engagement, it feels more community, right? Like it feels
Hmm.
like you know who you're talking to, even though you don't know these folks in the comments. And that allows the content to live longer, right? People are coming back to those comments. They're coming back, like they're going to the reel, and they're going to see like, what was the response, or what did that person say, in a way that wasn't happening before on just photo post on Instagram or a photo post on Facebook.
Definitely. And can people utilize their content and repurpose it, right? Like, I know that Facebook has a real section now, Instagram does, of course, YouTube does. Do you suggest that people create new reels for each one, or should they like create one and then kind of repurpose it on all of the platforms?
That's also why this content is becoming evergreen. It's because if you're a person that's on YouTube and you have a YouTube following, it is so easy to take that content that you've created on YouTube and pull a 15-second clip, or in this case, even if you wanted to now on TikTok, I think you can do up to 3 minutes, and now on Instagram, a minute, and YouTube Shorts, I believe it's a minute. But you can pull little pieces from that long form and repurpose it on Reels and share it with your audience as if it's like new content, right? And then you can do the reverse, right? Um, Taking that short form reel and putting it over on YouTube Shorts, to grow your YouTube following. But what I
Mm.
love most about what's happening that we're seeing, especially like in the spaces of like podcasts, right? We're seeing a lot of podcasters use this method of chopping down, the nuggets, the gems that they're sharing on the podcast, bringing it over to Instagram, bring via Reels, or bringing it over to TikTok and creating a TikTok and then sharing it about. And we're seeing it feed back into their viewers watching it on YouTube or listening to it wherever they listen to their favorite podcast.
Yeah, that's so
So it's like
cool.
it feeds each other. I wouldn't say to you you should have to create new content. I feel like you should be taking the long form content that you have, if you already have it, and look at ways to create small clips and bites from that long form content to make a reel, or how to just like take something that you said and just like pull the audio so that you can create a sound, right? And maybe putting together a like a, what do you call it? Yeah, a slideshow, like a photo slideshow, because maybe you're somebody who doesn't want to be on camera all the time, right? You can create a photo slideshow with some photos that you have, adding your sound from your long form content, putting some graphic text that transcribes what's on screen, or like the important things that you want folks to pull out. And then boom, you have a short form reel that you can share across your platforms.
Definitely, very true, very true. So I am, and this is for S4P members, right? I actually
Yes.
work with a company that takes a lot of my long form video and will put it into video bites. So some of the work I'm doing with my social media manager, right, is sharing some more of that on to Reels, on to Instagram in particular. But if folks are interested in doing, film and video, we have Lex here, of course, as an expert that y'all can work with, right? But we also have a company that will take some of that long form and shorten it down for you. And what I love about them as well is they make it accessible because they also include the captions in there as well, right? And we know that seeing video with words on it actually moves a lot faster and has people stop more than not seeing that as well. So if you need help, At our next coaching call, make sure that you share that you need support, or just put it in the Facebook group. I see some folks putting on here, I need help. Yes, we got you.
We
We'll be
got you.
willing to support you.
Mhm.
But we do want folks to come to this particular masterclass because you need to understand the overview of the way these systems work. Even if you're going to be that person who decides to hire Lex or hire other people, you should know how the function of this works in your business so that you can really be a true CEO and think about the strategy behind it, right? Because like Lex said, there's so many different ways that you could take this, right? You can use it to grow your following. You can use it to grow your monetization. You could use it to share something new that's going on in your brand. You could even use it like we're going to use today. I think what we should do, Lex, is actually create a short form of this video and create a reel for it to
Yep.
advertise this amazing masterclass that we're going to have, just to show it as an example. But there's so many different ways you could do it, but it starts with you as a CEO. Like, what are your end goals when it comes to your content creation and your marketing strategy? And how do Reels, TikTok, short form video, we'll just call it that because they're all going to name themselves something, right? YouTube
Exactly.
Shorts, right? They all got to have their names. How does that really connect to the larger brand and growth that you want to see, right? We see people using it, so you should be using it. So, Lex, for people who are coming to the masterclass, for folks who are watching this, the masterclass is $99. This is a deal, y'all. We're giving this to you for a discount. So get your ticket today because there's limited seats for non-members. Everyone who's a member of S4P, you get this for free. But for non-members, it's limited seating. You should see the links to this in the comments of this video. But what do people need when they show up? Should they show up on their laptop? Should they show up on their phone? How should they show up to have the best experience as possible at the masterclass?
Awesome. So I recommend folks to show up, one, having watched the reel that we are going to attach to the website. I want
And we'll
folks
put
to
it
kind
in
of
the
just
emails as well so people
ah
could get them. Yep. For
copy
folks
that.
who might have already signed up.
I want folks to see that reel. I want folks to kind of familiarize themselves with the different content hooks that we're going to go over. I would also love for folks to have this. You don't have to have the same setup. No, you don't have to have. I'm in my head right now. Sorry. I'm like, do they need to have the same setup? No, because if you could see this, like I've got my phone on my tripod. I would love for you all to be able to come to the class with a mobile device that's on a tripod, whether that's an iPad, a tablet, or whatever. But something where you can have your mobile device not specifically in your hand. Thank
I
you,
usually
T,
have
for
this little
raising that.
thing that I put my
Yes.
phone on as well. I don't have my phone because it's on the charger, but this is what I put my phone on when I'm
Absolutely,
doing it.
because I want you to be hands free, but I still want you to be engaging with your mobile device and to be on your laptop or computer desktop instead of watching it from your phone because we're going to be going right into these apps, right? Hopefully, folks come as well with the apps already pre downloaded and a profile created. You don't have to have content up on the profile, but just have your account set up, whether that's TikTok, and maybe you don't want to create a new TikTok. We can get into that too. Um, I'm a proponent for TikTok just because I think it's one of the best places to find anything right now. I'm like, is TikTok kind of like TikTok University? Is that taking over for YouTube University for you right now, Lex? I don't know. It's
Mm.
still up in the air. I will get back to you on that. But um, I know most folks have an Instagram account, um, or maybe you have a YouTube account. But whatever account that you have, I'm hoping that you come to the class with one of those accounts already established so that we can get right into the mechanics. We're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on the mechanics, but I do encourage folks to have some type of tripod or something to hold their mobile device so that they can be as hands free as possible and to be on their computer or um, laptop. And just to be excited because we go probably the goal is to make my own reel with you all. My last master class, I tried to make a reel together and I realized I need maybe 4 hours or a module setting to do that because it's so much because these apps are so robust. And I think sometimes that brings folks anxiety. At least it brought me anxiety, right? Like if I'm just being honest, it's just like, oh my God, there's so much that you can do. But in the class, I'm gonna make a TikTok. I'm gonna show you how I made the TikTok in the class. But I'm encouraging folks to come with their mobile device on a tripod or to be as hands free as possible. So maybe you just have it on the table. But nonetheless, You come excited because we're gonna be dancing, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna make a reel in the class.
Yep, exactly, exactly, folks. So come through, right? This is next Thursday, March 3rd. We're starting at 4 p.m. PST. We'll have 90 minutes with Lex. Well, I would say probably like 60 minutes, right, of great content, and then another 30 minutes for you to dive in and ask Q&A for all of our S4P members. Come through because there will be a special offer at the end for you, and it's for people who show up live. Right. So we
Yeah.
need you to show up live for you to be able to get this offer and for you to be able to participate in this opportunity. It's going to be great to have you back, Lex, at the university. We've missed you. We've enjoyed watching your reels and watching you grow. And I'm just really excited for you to bring the content to the space so that people can learn to take this to the next level. I think that this is, for me, the reason I really wanted you to come and do this, Lex, is when it comes to being a speaker, we're using our voice all the time. Why wouldn't we use it to create content, right, that really is able to support our businesses but also allows people to see us speak, right? Someone said, sweet, I have TikTok, YouTube, and would love to get them rocking. Perfect way to celebrate my favorite day, 3-3. Exactly. Yep, yep, yep. Come through, celebrate
Three,
with us,
three.
y'all. It's going to be a good opportunity. But this is great for speakers, y'all. We're using our
It's
voice. We're on camera. We're sharing our story, whether you're a motivational speaker, whether you're dropping DEI knowledge, any facts that you are dropping about the topics you're speaking on. Why wouldn't you start creating short form video? And if you're already creating long form, you're already creating short form. I want to break it down for
it's
you.
already there. It's
You're
already there.
you're already doing it, right? So just jump in and get with us. Reels have grown my platform as well. I know Lex spoke about numbers a little bit. I did this real challenge for 30 days. I told y'all, not as consistent as I could have been. I probably missed a few days. And I literally think it grew by like maybe 20 or 30 followers, right? Which have stayed. Not 20 or 30 followers who have come and gone, which normally happens when I just post, right? And what's so cool about it is now that I've had this conversation with you, Lex, and I always learn from you, which I appreciate. Now I'm going to take that content. I've only posted it on Instagram. I'm about to post it on TikTok. I'm about to take it over there and post it on my YouTube, right? And continue to
Mhm.
grow those other audiences to bring more people to be able to work with me. So it's great to have this, y'all. This is going to be a great resource. Anything you want folks to know, Lex, before we head out, because I know you got some reels to go create and some bags to go secure, because I do, right? Like that's the ultimate goal,
Mhm.
is to secure the bag.
I just want folks to invite a friend. If you are a member of S4P, please invite a friend, somebody who you might have been talking to about, getting on Reels, or maybe, you've seen them in a comment in my post, maybe, or maybe not. But please invite a friend. I'm super excited to work with you all. I am over the moon that I get to share something that brings me joy. That's something that I'm really tapping into in 2022. I'm super excited that we're doing this on a angel number day as well. So yeah, it feels good. It feels like the alignment is there. Again, please invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Seats are limited, right? So tell them they got to get on right now, okay? Because this is going to be a great experience, and I'm just excited to get folks as excited as I am, right? Like seeing Kiara make their reels, seeing you make
Yeah.
your reels, like seeing Renee make her reels, it excites me, right? Like I can't even sit still right now. I get excited about it. So I'm super excited to share that excitement with you all and have you all really getting to the bag and sharing your stories.
Dope, dope, dope. Well, thank you so much for coming through, Lex, doing this Q&A with us, folks. The challenge, the master class. We're gonna do a challenge as well, but the
Yes.
master class is next week, right? 90 minutes with us live in the moment. If you want to get in and you're like, this is great, but I got something happening, or I might have to leave early, everyone will get access to the replay. So don't hesitate to sign up. Know that you'll get access to that information. It's lifetime access, so you can go back to it, take notes, and you have an opportunity to learn more about how to work with Sir Lex Kennedy. I mean, Coach Sir Lex Kennedy, so you can come through to the space. So thank y'all so much for listening. Thanks to
Thank
the
you.
folks who are here in the here and now. And if you're here in the future, just put replay into the comments so we can know you're here. And we hope to see you at the Getting Real on Reels Masterclass. Peace.